We begin with a stunning reversal. The Wayne County Board of Canvassers voting to certify this month's election results after a long and contentious meeting. The board was initially deadlocked along party lines, with the two Republican members refusing to certify the November election.
Then, after nearly 3 hours of heated public comment, the board re-voted unanimously to certify, but wants further action from the state. Mara McDonald is live at the board office. Mara, a key issue here was Detroit absentee votes.
Well, that was according to those two GOP members of the Board of Canvassers, Kimberly. The original reason they gave for not certifying these election results was this issue. They said that 70% of Detroit's absentee voter counting boards did not balance. They were not going to certify, but then late tonight, a compromise. Problems with the absentee count is not new in Detroit. In the August primary, over 70% of the absentee precincts did not match, all of which means they could not be recounted. Now, the Board of Canvassers certified those August election results, but the two GOP members refused to do so tonight for several hours, but did earlier offer up this.
I would be open to a motion to certify communities other than the city of Detroit.
That move outraged the Democrats on the board and speaker after speaker on the board's public Zoom meeting.
You have extracted a black city out of a county and said the only ones that are at fault at an issue is the city of Detroit, where 80% of the people who reside here are African Americans.
That millions of people around the world now on Twitter know the name Monica Palmer and William Hartman as two people completely racist and without an understanding of what integrity means or a shred of human decency.
After hours of comments like that, the board reached a compromise. It would unanimously move to certify the vote, but it also asks the Michigan Secretary of State to conduct an audit, not just of Detroit's numbers that aren't matching up, but elsewhere in the county as well, like Livonia.
I am absolutely satisfied with the outcome, with the certification of the votes, and as well as I'm very, very proud of my colleagues on the Wayne County Board of Canvassers. We found a way in order to address the concerns that have been lingering for so long.
Mr. Hartman, why did you decide to change your vote?
Because of the provision of including the Secretary of State and the independent audit.
Some of those comments in there were very inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
Did it make you think twice about your original vote?
No.
Back here live. So the Wayne County Board of Canvassers reverses itself. It is now certifying the election, and those results go to the State Board of Canvassers. That body meets tomorrow. We're live on Detroit's East Side tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And we'll be following it. Okay, Mara, thanks.